Alright, in this first gameplay here, we're going to be going up against my guy, Yardstick. And Yardstick, he's been a top 50 to 100 player in the world last few years. He was the Chiefs Club runner-up, and he made a pretty deep run in that last chance qualifier in Madden 20, almost knocking off Pavon, who again is one of the absolute best players in the entire world. And this is going to be the first full game breakdown I'm doing. So again, this is going to be encompassing everything from all of the courses. So you're going to see everything come together here. So again, as we talked about throughout these courses, on these first drives, it's a feeling out process. And when we're in this feeling out process, remember we want to be utilizing our best plays and kind of sticking to them until they prove that they can stop our best plays. Now this is a rematch between me and Yardstick. I played him in CFM before this, and then we played Regs after this, so I do have a little intel on him. But again, here on this first drive, we're just keeping it really simple. He's spreading his offensive line here, or spreading his defensive line here. So he's just asking for us to run the ball. And man, you guys, if you've been paying attention to the gameplays throughout, I'm not much of a runner at all. But if you're going to give me the run, I'm going to take it. And right now, when he's spreading his D-line like this, he's just screaming for me to run the ball here. Now, I'm probably, since it's 2nd and 6, maybe I run again if he spreads, but you're probably going to see a lot of curl flat because, again, curl flat is my #1 base play. And remember, base plays are money plays, and they have the potential to beat basically every stock coverage. And another reason curl flat is so good, it does a really good job of getting over the zone drops. And again, regardless of the Madden, there's always going to be that base play or those money plays that are really good on a specific man, and you got to make your opponent prove that they can stop those best plays first before you start mixing it up on them. Again, the biggest mistake a lot of people make is just mixing it up for no reason, and I know how that goes. I mean, I used to be that player where I felt like I just had to mix it up, but no, you wanna make them show that they can actually stop your best stuff first, and then you move on to other plays. So here again, though, you saw me run on that last first down, or on the 2nd and 6, because again, he's spreading his offensive line. He's just giving it to me, and we might have covered this a little bit in the offensive situational play calling course. But again, on those third and shorts, and I know we went over this on the maximize the red zone offense, but it's going to be really tough to stop the combination of fullback dive, quarterback sneak, power O, regardless of the Madden. So on those shorter down situations, again, get it to your power back and just fall forward. Keep it simple. So here so far this game, again, we got to be collecting information throughout the game. And honestly, Yardstick hasn't shown us too much because we're just running the ball right now, and we've just been able to run inside zone on him. So he's finally going to switch it up here. Now I'm going to finally pass. So again, we kind of force him out of his passing style defense because he knows I'm primarily a passer. Again, I usually pass 90% of the game, but again, if you're going to give me the run, I'm going to take it. But now he's going to go back. He's going to shift his line right. So again, he's going to have the potential to shoot the gap here. So again, I'm going to be looking to go back to my strengths. Again, I'm a lot of madness. You got to know yourself, know what you do best. So again, I'm going to go right back to what I do best, and that's passing the ball, having a all-out passing attack. And again, curl flat. This is my best play. Again, your base plays want to revolve around. You want to have those pull routes. You want to see me using the tight end pull route here. Push back those deep blues. Then again, you want those crossers because those crossers are going to get underneath deep blues and over the top of flat zones again, unless they're zone dropping. So again, this makes for a really effective base play because again, look at the spacing between square and the crosser there. Again, it's going to be impossible for even the best user in the world to maneuver between both of those routes. So again, just well-spaced route combination, utilizing pull routes with a combination of like an in route and a crosser. And again, you're going to notice the pocket presence as well. You notice how I'm always stepping up in the pocket and maneuvering left to right. Again, I'm not drifting back. Even when he's going to blitz me here, I'm not going to drift back. Again, first the blitz, you want to look for these quick seams, and these little short flat routes. Again, as you see, we got the little outlet to the running back, those wheel routes. We got the quick out in the slot. And I saw this in my peripheral vision, even though I was looking to the left first, because I knew that an out route versus backed off man to man it is going to be really effective, especially when I have Devontae Adams with route tech. So he was kind of my first read here versus the man coverage. And he's also going to be a really quick option as well because it's an hour out. But in my peripheral vision, again, I started on you want to start on a certain half of the field. I started looking on the left half of the field, and I caught this in my peripheral vision. I saw in my peripheral that the tight end streak was open. So again, we got to take note of that and remember that for later down the road. So here on these 2nd and 2, again, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to get it to our power back here. In these short down situations, again, it's really tough to stop the combination of that fullback dive, the quarterback sneak, the power O. So, and he didn't really come out and anything to. Oh, well, he didn't want to risk coming out and goal line in those situations. That's your kind of your best chance to stop straight up goal line. But again, it's kind of risky to run goal line at defense near midfield because a lot of times you can kind of just pop off a touchdown. So a lot of times in those short down situations, in those 2nd and 2s, people will kind of just lay back and let you get the first down. So be willing to go down the goal line in those short down situations. And again here, first down. Again, we see the spread line. We're going to run the ball. You see able to get a super shed here. Now we're just going to go back to our strengths. We're going to go back to passing the ball. Again, we saw the spread line. We thought we could get some yards there. It just didn't work out. That's fine. Go right back to what we do best. All right, here, 2nd and 13. This is still the first drive. So, again, we're going to be looking to stick to our best play. So, again, this is one of my go-to plays. It's really we have this cover 2 beater here on the sideline or on this right half of the field. So the tight end streak kind of takes the deep half. It's going to pull him in a little bit, and it's going to open up this outside fade here. And you see the angle that this outside fade takes. It's going to be able to get outside the deep half. Also, again, this is a great play versus the blitz, and this guy has shown that he blitzes a good amount. Again, this was the 2nd time I played him. So, and as we talked about in the route common development course, you want to look for those quick seams versus the blitz, as well as these outside drags and the running back running back wheel. And again, the safety drops on the right side here, and we just highball this tight end streak. And again, we talked about this a lot in the route common development course. So again, versus cover 3 zone blitzes, wherever the safety is dropping towards the sideline, that's where you really want to be looking to hit the seam versus zone blitz. And again, just able to highball it right here, get it over his user, keep the chains moving, and get to 1st and 10 at the 20. Now we're kind of approaching the red zone, so again, it gets a little tricky. We can't just run like curl flat again. We're starting to get a little too close for that. So, and it's still a little early for goal line, or I mean I form. Honestly, I could have ran a little bit of I form here, but I thought this could be a decent play here because I'm expecting him to defend the sidelines. And this is all, situational awareness or situational play calling. So, again, most people in these 1st and 10s, when you're down in the red zone, they're looking to really protect the sidelines and not so much the middle of the field. And they'll kind of give up a deep crossing route. And, the crossing route was kind of risky there. He played good defense. But, again, no, he didn't play good defense. So we had a delay fade at the last second. We're able to roll out and throw it. Again, I went over the middle on 1st and 10 because, again, everyone's expecting those silence, and we drew up a route combination over the middle of the field on that 1st and 10 where everyone's expecting the silence, and he left no one there for the delay fade. Now, the delay fade probably will not be good in the next man, I'd assume, but just kind of my thought process here of attacking the middle of the field was more of what I wanted you guys to see and understand, because again, it's all about putting yourself in the shoes of the defensive opponent there and saying, okay, what are you looking to defend on defense there? What are most people worried about when the offense is at the 20 and they're on defense there. And again, most people are looking to protect those sidelines. So again, that's where the situational play calling comes into effect, and we call a play to attack over the middle of the field. So right here, we're up 7. Um, Yardstick is going to come out and eye firm tight. And we talked about this in the basic run D section. And again, this is exactly what I went over in the basic run D section. And I'm not sure exactly which. It might have been the beginner's manual. And we talk about, kind of we're shifting towards the strong side here. Have a purple on the strong side to help for better pursuit, as well as his backside spy for pursuit as well. And again, he does run it to the backside here. And again, we're in that man coverage versus the run because the outside corners pursue a lot better. Whereas if we call zone like cover 3, those outside thirds are going to run backwards at the snap. Whereas man coverage, they kind of run down at the snap. So you're going to get much better containment versus the run. And I believe that was the beginners manual where we kind of went over that. So again here, we talked about this in building a defensive scheme. So again, you always want to have the threat of pressure, especially in Yardstick's case here where he doesn't have anyone. He's coming out on 5 wide, so he's not going to have anyone to block here. So we're going to want him to be throwing under pressure every single time because we know he's not going to have extra guys to block. So and again, I know Yardstick is not a great passer, and again, there's not many great passers in the world. So we're going to look to heat him up a lot here, make him pass under duress. And man, that should have been a pick right there. He got really fortunate. He threw that one right at me, and guys, and that's exactly what I mean. That's why you gotta. This is why you run formations where someone is in the backfield blocking. Because if somebody comes out in a formation on defense where they have the threat of the blitz, again, it's going to be a really tough time because you're going to have to make quick read after quick read versus pressure. So, and as we've talked about so many times, it's going to be hard even versus. It's going to be hard to make the right read every single time when you're just under duress every single play. So. But 4th and 8 here again. We're going to keep heating him up. We're going to stick to our guns here. He should have thrown a pick in the last play. We know there's no threat of him blocking anybody here. So again, we're going to look to just keep blitzing him. And he's able to get a quick seam there. And we got to remember that for later in the game. We got to remember, the seam is what killed us on that 4th and 8. Again, we got to take note of that and recall it for later in the game. And here, when he audibles down here, I'm at 1,000% expecting a run, especially on 1st and 10. And he's not a great passer, so again, I'm looking for a run here. And I don't know why I had my guy in a hook zone. That was a mistake. I should have put him in a quarterback spy, and that would have been a lot better run defense. But here he's going to go back to this 5 wide again. There's no protection here. So, again, we're going to keep looking to gas him up. And we saw last time, you're going to see me put a vert hook in the slide here because he killed me with that seam streak. And I know that we've played him before. I know he likes his outside drag on the left side. And I know he likes a little seam streak here in the left slot as well. So, we're going to have both of those guys man up so I can't get seamed, as well as having that vert hook in the slot on the right to protect against the seam. But now he kind of mixed in the smoke screen here on the right. So we're going to have to make some adjustments here in defense. So here now, I think I have my purples on 5, so he's not really going to be able to throw the smoke screen. As well as we manned up. Again, remember, he killed us with that tight end seam streak before. Now this time, that is why we manned him up. So again, seam streaks, again, Yardstick's doing a good job of utilizing one of the routes we talked about in the route common development course of seam streaks are really effective versus blitzing. Again, he's utilizing them, but that's why we started to man them up so he was not able to kill us with those seam streaks. Because again, remember guys, we talked about in the best coverage strategies class where when we talked about hybrid coverage, we got to take away the routes with man coverage that that can beat our zones, and that's these seam streaks again. Seam streaks are not going to get open versus man coverage, but they will absolutely torch zone, especially zone blitzes. So here in the 3rd and 12, we remember for last time he killed us with the seam streak. You see me, I moved down my strong safety really far so he couldn't throw the seam streak there. And he had to check down here, and man, this is pretty fortunate here for him. He was able to juke out my guy, try to click on to prevent that, but you know, ended up getting pretty fortunate animation there. So now, again, he's inside the 20, and notice how he goes to I from inside the red zone again. It gets tough down here, guys. So again, you're going to see a lot of the best players. Look to other formations. They're not going to force. As we talked about the maximizing the red zone offense course, they're not going to force their offense from in between the 20s in the red zone a lot. Again, you're going to see people. It's going to be common to see people audible down or run a under center formation, and again, I highly recommend that. And again, even here, you're not going to see him come out on the 5 wide. He's going to come out under center again. Again, I like that. Again, he's just kind of looking to keep it simple and run the ball. Again, spaces get tight down here. But as a defensive player, I know that. So I'm looking to really protect against a run. Run the man coverage and spy my safeties here. I want to make him beat me by passing down here in the red zone because I know it's tough to pass in the red zone. But again, 3rd and 4. I'm going to look to gas him up because, again, he has to throw a quick pass every single time versus and man, I messed up my adjustments here. So I wanted to man up. I wanted to man up basically everybody here. I want to man up X. I want to man up RB. And the reason I did that is because if you guys remember in one of the previous plays, again, he had the seam streak by RB running wide open down the middle of the field, but I just wasn't able to, or the pressure actually hit in time. So here, I was looking to man up both his tight end and the slot here because he's shown that both of them can go on seam streaks. So that was my thought process there. Again, I just wasn't able to get the adjustment off in time, and I put my outside cornerback in a soft squat again because he puts him on those smoke screens a lot. And again, I use a soft squat instead of man because, again, the soft squat will defend both like a corner out. If it happens, it can kind of play like a cloud. And it will also kind of man up to like any, smoke screens underneath. So I liked the versatility of the soft squat there. Again, man, I just, messed up my adjustments there, and he's able to take advantage of that. Again here, back in offense right before half, 35 seconds left, 2 timeouts. So again, I'm not going to really force anything here. I'm going to look to take a shot though. I know we talked about in these situations, it's fine to, find a look underneath. And again, he gave up the bomb here. He actually did give up the bomb. I wasn't looking to force anything here. I was just going to see if he would give up the bomb, and he did. So again, with 25 seconds left, only 2 timeouts. Again, really tough in this situation, especially on the second 16. So I'm just gonna take it a half, play it smart. And notice how I'm not, really, I wasn't really looking to force anything there because again, I know it's really easy, to lose a game right there. Really common for people to get greedy in those situations, to just force the ball. But again, I knew I didn't have too much time, so I just looked to take one shot. It was there. He was able to shed me, but he got the sack, so we just moved on to the next half. So here he's gonna be back. He's still running this 5 wide, so I went to straight up man because I've been basically manning everyone up out of zone to protect against the seam streak. And here, man, that really should have been a pick again. Fortunate here for him, but again, the reason I switched up was because you saw me how many adjustments I was making out of the zone blitz, and most of it was like I wanted to man up basically 4 people, so I was like, bro, I might as well just come out and man and see how he likes it. I don't know why I switched out of it there. Maybe I was kind of scared of the corner out again, but again, so far from what I've seen this game, it's a lot of seam streaks here on the tight end side. So again, I'm looking to bring my safety down to protect against those seam streaks. Also, I'm manning up the guy on the left side here, or Adams, because again, he also in the last game he threw a lot of seam streaks to him. So Again, here, good play by him. I haven't seen him do this motion yet. He caught me a little off guard with this play right there. I had not seen that one yet. Did not know what to expect. Again, I'm not going to play too many people, especially at a high level that run 5 wide. But here, again, usually when the audible's down like this, I'm usually everyone's expecting runs. So, again, I go to man coverage here. Again, I know that's my best base coverage versus the run. And when he motioned over here, I wasn't too sure what this was. So to be safe, I put both my safeties in deep pass, unless he was trying to, in case he was trying to hit me with a deep bomb. But again, he just ran the ball. So again, we got to take note of every time your audible's down. It's usually going to be, we got to know it's usually going to be a run. That's what he's done so far. And here he kind of quick snapped me. Good mix of the pace right there by him. I wasn't able to get everything set up in time. He quick snapped me. Again, he's going to audible down here. So again, I'm going to go all out man. I know this is my best shot versus the run. He's able to gash me there. So I think if he does that again, I got to go to the safety spies. Because they're gonna pursue the ball carrier a lot better. So here again, you see me bringing down my strong safety all the way down the box, protect against those seam streaks. I got the seam flat there for that little smoke screen he does. Again, he's killing me with an outside drag early in the game, and now he's gonna audible to this. So I gotta be expecting a run here. Again, he usually runs on these first downs. Again, another little wrinkle there by him, and we're gonna have to account for that later in the game when he goes to that formation. We know that he's probably going to be limited in that formation as to what he calls. So again, here we're just looking to really protect against these seam streaks. That's what he's coded us with mostly. So again, we're going to use that inside quarter here, whereas an inside third, it's going to more drift towards the middle of the field, whereas an inside quarter will do a good job of staying in, will be in a better position to play these seam streaks. Again, here he hits us with his outside drag again, and you're gonna see I had him manned up on the outside, but I guess I should have shaded him in, so he's able to get the win there on the drag. So I did man him up for that reason, because again, he's been killing me with those outside drags, and man usually plays it. But again, next time I just gotta shade inside. So here I'm gonna go to man, and again, every time he's came down on 1st and 10 so far, it's been a run every time. So again, we gotta be collecting that information throughout the game. 1st and 10 is always a run, so we're gonna commit all out commit to the run here. It's been all run when the audible's down. So you're gonna see us with a double spied safeties here for the best possible pursuit. Fully expecting a run here, and again, good clock management by him. I believe he's gonna run this. He's gonna try to run this all the way down to 1, so we can make this the last play here of the quarter, and he does do that. And again, we went to double spies here. He's gotten really predictable when he's audible down, and we were able to take advantage of that on defense. And double spy our safeties here. Again, it gets tight down here, so we're really looking to more so play the run down here when he audible's down. And like I said, he's going to take this to the end of the quarter. So basically, I'm going to have only one drive. I'm not going to have too much time here when I get the ball back in offense. But honestly, even though it's like maybe 3.5 minutes where I get the ball back, that's honestly an eternity on regs with how the game plays. Again, zone coverage is really low, so again, you're going to see the adjustment I made here on defense. So again, we're still looking to protect against those seam streaks. Again, it's all about, once you get into this portion of the game, you should know your opponent by now. You should know his tendencies. You should be recalling where the parts of the field that he's been killing you. And again, we're protecting against the seam streak by utilizing the inside quarter. We're moving him down in the box. Also, I'm going to man press his outside receiver and shade him inside. Because again, you saw him kill me with that outside drag before. So again, now we're going to shade him in. And again, I feel like that was... so we're going to have to move this guy down a little bit. So this route's kind of different. So it's like a post. I didn't realize that at first though. For some reason I had thought it was just a seam streak, and I saw there it was a skinny post. So again, we're gonna have to make a little adjustment Next strategy to that, maybe utilize an inside quarter instead, because a skinny post is going to do a really good job versus the man coverage. Again, here on defense, we're really looking to protect against the run. Uh, and he hits us here with the toss again. It's tough in this situation when you're on defense. A good play call there by him. Uh, but just the combination, you got the fullback dive, you got the sneak, you got the power roll, you got the toss, like all of that in combination. It's so tough to get a stop there on the goal line. So, uh, in those situations, you got to make sure that you're just playing it smart and utilizing goal line there, just because of how effective it is in those situations. Now here again, I'm going to find myself down by 7 with the ball. I'm probably going to try to make this uh, the last drive here. Again, with only 3 minutes left there's no need. Again, right, it's so easy to move the ball, so I don't want to leave him, too much time, even though he's not, great on offense. Again, we got to kind of factor in the mode, and it's really easy to move quickly on this mode with how low the zone coverage is and the man coverage as well. So again, here he's showing us, okay, so a lot of this is pre-snap reads here. So what we learned in the beginner's manual is when the cornerbacks are aligned directly over the receivers like this is a tell that it's man coverage across the board. And with him stacking the box like this, it's so obvious that it's a man blitz on defense here. So again, we're going to be utilizing, as we learned in the route coming development course, our quick outlets. So these wheel routes to the running back, these drags over the middle of the field. Again, we do kind of got to take note as well that he is utilizing, or that he started manning up my running back. So I can probably mix in blocking my running back as well. But again, here you're going to see me. I'm not going to try to do too much here. I'm just gonna audible down, or I mean not audible down, but I'm gonna go down the goal line because again it's 2nd and inches. I know that he can't really stop goal line from inches short. So and again you're gonna notice me managing the clock as well. So again I'm gonna make this the last play before the 2-minute warning, because remember how easy it is just to get chunks on this mode through the air. So again I'm not really worried about again 2 minutes to drive half the field with 2 timeouts is an eternity on regs. So again, we're gonna chew this clock here, get it to the 2-minute warning, and basically almost guarantee that he's not. It's gonna be really hard for him to get the ball back here. Or I don't believe that I call a play here. I think I made a mistake not. Oh, I am gonna call a play here. So, I guess yeah. The reason I'm doing this is because again, it's gonna be easy to clock even if I get the first down here. It's gonna be easy to clock this game out regardless. And here we're able to dot him. So here I am going to kind of look to shoring up the field here, because I know that he needs. I can clock this game out in 6 plays because again the play clock is at 40 seconds here. So and there's 120 seconds left. So again 3 more plays. Again game's over. But again he has those 3 timeouts. So it's really 6 plays here. So we need to have basically finish out with like a 6-play drive. To really take up all of his timeouts. And so really right now we got 42 yards to go. It's 6 plays until I can basically run out the entire clock. So I need like 7 yards a pop here, and probably even less because I have timeouts in this situation. So again, really manageable situation here. So I probably could have called. I probably didn't need to call a play there before the 2-minute warning. But here, again, we're just looking to keep it short here. Again, we want to make sure we use as much of the clock as possible here. Again, here we do use a good bit of the clock here. Hey man, I did not want to score in this, so Honestly, this was a bit poor clock management by me. I don't play too much regs, but looking back at this, if I would have done this again, I should have took it. I should have first off ran all the clock down on that previous play. But also another thing I was kind of debating on that drive was I'm not too familiar, or I don't usually play versus a 4-6 bear. So I was just thinking, just as kind of a safety net, I'm like, okay, let me not run it down the one because I'm not used to calling offense versus this defense. So I was thinking, maybe in case if I get sacked, I want to leave myself some extra time here. So that was more the reason why I wasn't running it down to 1 second there. Whereas, if I was playing a defense I was more comfortable versus, I probably would have just ran it down to 1 second every single time. So now I did leave him 1.5 minutes here with 3 timeouts. But, honestly, I'm not too worried. Uh, Again, he's not the greatest offensive player. We probably could have had a few stops so far. But he's been able to get it in twice. But again, we came really close to a few stops. I remember he had the smoke screen on the 3rd and 12 where he juked the guy out. So again, I feel like we're catching on to his plays now. Again, really, we gotta watch out for these seam streaks in that skinny post in the slot. I should probably bring down uh, my left safety a little bit more because he does throw a lot of skinny posts to that guy, but really, what I'm watching out for here with my user is, again, we talked about this a lot, maximizing user defender, but again, we gotta have a plan always with the user pre-snap. So with my coverage adjustments, oh my god, oh, what did I just touch? Jesus. 1 second, guys. All right, there it is. So again, with my coverage adjustments, I'm guarding. The right seam should be taken care of. Again, I moved down my safety down and put him in an inside quarter. He's been throwing a lot of smoke screens here on the right as well, and again, I have a hard flat there. Again, I'm also manning up, his seam route. I should probably move the safety down a little bit as well, but again, I know from this game he's thrown a lot of hot reads to this outside receiver on the drag here. So again, he's done that about twice, so that's why I'm looking to use her here because I'm expecting the pressure to come in. Again, he has no protection, so you're going to see me blitzing him basically every play. Again, I'm expecting the drag, and we lurked them. And again, this has nothing to do with, I did not see the drag at the start of the play. Again, this was all from having a plan pre-snap and recalling throughout the game, what he likes to do. And again, he's killed me twice with that outside drag. And I knew I wasn't guarding the outside drag with my coverage adjustments here. So that's why I was looking to use her the entire way because I felt like I had everything else, all his other routes that he's thrown this game kind of bottled up. So that's what I ran to first with my user, that area of the field, because I knew that was really the only spot that could kill me. And he just happened. The pressure came in. He got scared. We talked about that a lot. People are gonna get scared under pressure. And I was trying to fall down here at the one. Uh, didn't work out, but able to get in the red zone here anyways. So here in this last drive for him, again, he just threw a pick under pressure. So again, we're gonna look to continue to pressure this guy. And again, I can't believe it. So I had moved my inside quarter there for the seam streak. Again, he was still kind of able to fit in that seam streak, so that was kind of annoying. So we're gonna have to make a little slight adjustment there. Maybe move my strong safety a little bit more to the right to help defend that seam streak. Um, but here I know I'm gonna leave the seam flat. Kind of hoping that it mans up to that seam streak, or I'm gonna actually run there with myself. And again, good play there by him. That little skinny post in the slot. That's popped me twice now, so I really gotta look out for that. And now, you know, oh my God, that should have been a pick. But in this situation in the game, uh, it's all about just kind of running what someone gives you trouble, or what just noticing throughout the game what's been giving him trouble. And again, he's throwing a pick under pressure here. So again, we're keeping up with the blitz, and we really got to take away the seam here on the right. But again, under 2 minutes here, you can get quick snapped, and I got quick snapped from hell right here. And that, man, that really should have been a pick. But man, under 2 minutes, it can get hectic. So you gotta have something on deck to that you can set up quickly. And again, here in this situation, I know that I'm not gonna get the ball back with any real time here. So, and the clock wasn't running, so I'm gonna take a timeout there. I didn't like what I saw, or I kind of messed up on my adjustments, and I knew I had a couple to burn that I wouldn't really need for this game. So again, you saw me there manning up his seam streak again. He popped me with that seam streak early in the drive, so again, we look to take that away with our man ups. Um, we definitely utilized a lot of hybrid coverage this game, but again, he went back to the outside drag that I lurked him on earlier. So again, we gotta be wary of that moving forward, as well as the skinny post over the middle of the field. That has also given me some trouble, so I gotta look out for that in this underneath drag. And again, you saw me there. I was trying to lurk, and you saw me. I clicked on. This was here. I'm gonna click on to my outside corner here. So again, this is all game management and knowing the situation in the game. So again, I really need him to use a timeout here. I know that he wants to work the sidelines, trying to get out of bounds. So I'm going to click on and run to the sidelines to prevent him from getting out of bounds. I want him to burn that timeout. So that's why you see me hauling ass to the sideline here, because I knew I had to help to the inside here. So again, he jukes inside. Now he has to waste a timeout. Either that, or he's going to waste time no huddling. Again, gets a little run off here. He is going to be able to quick snap me here. Only problem. Again, little quick die here by him. Good play. Now here it's really, I gotta watch these seam streaks. I gotta watch the seams. That's what's really killed me. And when he's gotten to this, he's done this little bubble. So that's what I gotta be watching out here is the bubble here. I don't know if he'll go back to this again here, but I haven't seen this formation too much from him. Again, I'm trying to protect the silence again, run out there, but he is able to get out of bounds there. Good by him managing the silence and working the silence there and getting out of bounds. Again, all in this situation is about what's he been killing you with, and he's really been killing me down the seam, so I gotta watch out for that. I put Jari Alexander, my best corner, on the left slot here, kind of hoping for him to protect against this left seam. Um, Again, Jari has the acrobat as well, so. And I also moved down my inside quarter down to the right to kind of help against that seam streak. So again, I'm really looking to protect over the middle. And again, he pops me here with that route. I thought Jari moved down in the box would be able to defend it, but he was not able to. So again, this one's going to go into overtime. Oh no, this is not going to go into overtime here. So again, you guys can kind of see the mistake I made here. So again, in these situations, it's so easy to lose a game. And now this was pretty unfortunate. Uh, these pocket fumbles don't happen too often on conservative, but as you can see, it's so easy to lose a game down here. Because again, what are the chances that I get past midfield with only one timeout here? And there's really no reason to even throw this. Again, I ended up fumbling, and I lost myself the game on that. So again, we talked about, I don't know which, I believe it was the game management course, but obviously I wish I had that one back and just kind of ran the ball because it's so easy to lose a game in those situations. Way easier to lose a game than win the game in those situations there.